Hello, 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 and welcome to our episode. Hello, Dark. Welcome in. Welcome in. I have something to say about this from my personal experience, and we are going to definitely listen to that. Hello, hello, hello. So, today we're going to have a really interesting topic. We're going to be talking about, can men and women be friends? This is a situation that was brought to me recently, and I thought it was a really good situation that I think everybody can relate with, and everybody can really give their opinion about it. I think everybody have had a friendship of the opposite sex, and we can see what their point of view is and how they really feel. I did want to get a little deep today. I have some clips. Like I said, we're going to have open panel. I'm in the other video view. Nice. Y'all be like, vertical is better than the horizontal. Yeah, we are rocking both ways today. So before we get started, I just want to go ahead and do our disclaimer so we can start the show.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Thank you that Green Vegan loves you.
I really do. I really do. All right. So, okay, let's get into the show. Before we get started, we have a few guests that's backstage. What's 19? Oh yeah. It's been around for a long time, Dark, a very long time. So we are going to get into a few questions. So for those that are not very familiar, I'm going to just do a small overview. So, can men and women really be friends? Is it possible for men and women to have a genuine friendship with no romantic feelings, no hidden agendas, and no jealousy? Or does someone always end up catching feelings? Today, we're putting this topic to the table and hearing from you. Whether you've had a lifelong opposite sex friendship, lost a friend, because someone crossed the line, or think men and women can never just be friends, we want to hear your perspective. This is a respectful discussion, whether your opinion or everyone's opinion is welcome. Let's challenge each other's views, share real life experience, and maybe even change a few minds. So this is really great. We have YouTube back. No, but free speech have always been around. Hey, Tanja. Welcome in, sis. Welcome in. Okay. So before we get started, I just want to introduce a friend of mine who is waiting in the backstage. Like I said, we're going to open up the panel to everybody and see what is going on. Yes, it is. I have genuine friendship with men, and they never cross boundary at all. And that is beautiful. Hey, Andrea, welcome in.
Hey, Kelly. Good morning, girl.
Good morning. So I know like there are certain people out here, like Tanja said, we haven't got from Dark yet, but like Tanja said, she has a male friendship. She's had male friendships that are genuine, that's never crossed boundaries, right? And so we are going to explore both sides because it can happen.
Oh, yeah, it can happen.
Let's see. Sassy, are you here? I know that she was having some problems beforehand, so we're going to take a little look at that. Hey, welcome in, Hendrix. Welcome in. Dark, how do I get that view? I'm ever. Go to her page and it's the second view. You guys are so funny. Hey, Sassy. Hi, Andrea from Tanja. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, let me just ask a question just up front. So, Andrea, what is your opinion? Do you think men and women can be friends?
Yes, I think men and women can be friends.
Okay. I'm
And
not quite sure.
I have long life friends that I've been friends a long time, and they're guys, and we've been friends, and just nothing. They're just my friends. That's it.
Just completely what do you call it? Um what is that word? Why do I have a
Platonic,
platonic? Yes, 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 yes. It's strictly platonic.
Yes.
It's a platonic friendship. Okay,
Yeah.
well, some people don't think that way. Okay, let's start our first clip right now, which is kind of a funny one. Okay, so let's go ahead and share this screen right now, add it to the stage, and let's go.
Can men and women just be friends?
Yeah.
We're living proof.
Let's slow down. No. I've lived with her 3 years, but it's only because she doesn't like men.
Oh, that definitely makes sense. Okay. If you were a guy, if you were a girl for a day, what would you do?
I'm not gay.
Dude, a lot.
Can men and women just be friends?
Yeah.
All right, so someone feels like no, men and women cannot be friends. But I don't know. I mean, do you think after a while that you catch feelings? Like, do you feel like one person on one end can catch feelings, Andrea?
Yes, it can. But at the age that I am, what do I value more? Just sleeping with that person, losing a friend, or do I value a long friendship with that person? And now at the age that I am, I value a long friendship. And I had lost friends on the way because we crossed that line. Yes, I have. That's why I'm at the age that I am now, and I think better. I think it's you don't want to lose. You had a good friend and you slept with him, and then that now things ain't right. No, I don't want to do that no more.
Welcome in the kid. Exactly. Back to the questioning. I have a friend that is very attractive and I'm dying to take her to the bedroom. You're a man, right, Dark? I'm not assuming, but and it's crazy that you say that because it's like, I mean, and it's weird too at the same time, Andre, because what do they say? Before you get into a relationship, you should start off as friends, right? So, I mean, if sometimes people in their heads, in their minds, they are doing that. I am unable to come up. I'm not sure why. Okay, I'm going to just I'm gonna kick you out and then later you can try again, Sassy. So
It's sad. What would happen is it'll be sad if y'all was good friends and then y'all start having sex and then you lose the friendship because you crossed the line.
Right.
And then you like, man, we was cool, we did all this stuff together, and we just let this situation. But as you get older, you start I start evaluating friendships more than just having sex with somebody.
Exactly. And it's the same thing with Dark is saying. He's like, he want to take his friend to the bedroom, but he can't because he don't want to lose her, and I feel like that's a thing too. It's like once you take someone and you go over to the next step, it's kind of hard to come back from that, right? The relationships get really complicated, and from there you have a whole nother dynamic.
Yes.
Hey, Kelly, Sassy, and all. Short answer is yes. Men and women truly can be just friends. Okay, so we're going to tap into both because I feel like there's a pattern that's going on that I don't know if a lot of people see it or not. She cool. She gives me free stuff at the store she work at. You just want it for her free stuff. Yes, welcome in, Jane. Welcome in. Okay, so the next video that I want to show you is from a woman's point of view. The first one was kind of funny, but this one right here is more of a more kind of serious one. So let's dive into that.
Do you think that men and women can just be friends?
I think yes, they can. I have a lot of friends that are men, but I've grown up with them. I am with somebody that would say the opposite. So I think out of respect, I probably wouldn't try to make new friends. There's a line of friendship. There are friends that are just more of acquaintances and there's a deeper level. I don't think I would go out of my way to have a deeper relationship now that I'm in one.
Do you think men and women can be friends post-relationship?
I think it depends, especially like if the relationship was when you were younger. I think when you're older and things get a little bit more serious, it's harder for that to happen.
Do you think that men and women can?
All right. So, in her point of view, she's like, yes, she feels like men and women can be friends, right? But then at the same point, it's like, where do you draw the line? If you have friends and you're single, they're single, and you have that friendship, it's a little different. But then it's like when you are in a relationship, are you would you risk it?
When you're in a relationship, it's just boundaries. It's just boundaries. You're not gonna be calling your friend at 11 o'clock at night when you know that she's in a relationship. That's just not right. The relationship becomes, you can still be friends. You just got boundaries about when your friend is in a relationship. You respect the boundaries too.
Sassy says, I believe men and women can just be friends. Dark, but I met her at the store and we hit it off. Well, it's like, what are your intentions? Are your intentions to like have a relationship, Dark? I mean, that is something as well. Tanja also agree, like you can be friends, kind of thing. So, hey, welcome in, Mick. What's up, post in chat? Everything is great. Hey, Rissa, welcome in. Welcome in. So we're talking about, can men and women be friends? And Tanja says, I feel as though men often receive less emotional support from their male friends. A female friend can fill that gap by providing an outlet for intimacy and vulnerability. Yes, I agree. That's a really great point, because I feel like men can't give men what they want. They can't give that kind of nurturing support that women can give. That's a really great point. But it's just like, okay, so what happens when you're in a relationship? Shouldn't you be getting that from your partner instead of an outside source kind of thing? My work phone is going off. I gotta go. Thank you, Dark. See you later. Kind of thing. So, I mean, that is something too. Hello, Miss G, your favorite auntie. Hello, 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 and welcome in. So we're talking about, can men and women really be friends? But once you cross into intimacy, is somewhat tarnishing beyond once you once have. There is no going back. So Tanja, when you say there's no going back, is mean like once you become intimate, you can't go back to a regular friendship? I mean, do you have to continue that intimacy, or you just get cut off? That's a good one as well. What do you think, Andrea? Like, once you cross that boundary, can you continue to be friends?
Once you cross that boundary, the friendship ain't gonna be the same, and sometimes the friendship is just done.
Rissa says, I have some male friends that know not to try that with me. I get it. Just left BK birthday bash. So glad to hop over here before you go. Oh, thank you. Happy birthday, be okay. Happy birthday, be okay. Mick says, short answer, yes. Long answer, it depends on the level of self-control that you have. You know what? And that kind of goes off because I had some questions. And one of the questions was, can you be friends with an ex, somebody that you have been intimate with? What do you think, Andrea?
Can I be friends with an ex? Ugh.
Somebody who you have let play in your woman pool. Trying to be classy about it.
No, I'm not friends with none of my exes.
Okay, so that could be like the same as well. Jane said, I think a part of it is not every male friend I have is someone I see as a spouse or mate. Also, when it comes to work, I set boundaries at the jump because I would never choose a fling over my pay. Right. You never, what's that old saying? You never play where you pay or eat where you go to the bathroom. I mean, it's something similar to that, kind of situation. But I know like there are people who are, I mean, just think about people who are, maybe they had a child with that person. What do you can't, I mean, that's something like you just can't like cut off. Like, you know what I'm saying? You've had this interrelationship, y'all created a life together, but
called co-parenting with that. It's like you co-parent with that person. That's it.
Riz says, I'm not being friends with someone that saw my ex's face. They see no ooh face. I agree. That is awkward too. Once you cross that boundaries, it won't ever be the same. Yeah. So, okay, that's a really good point too, Miss G. So if a man knows once you hit it, it's done, right? So why would you even go there and cross with that person? Knowing that it's gonna end. So I know that's a question that a man has to answer, because I think as a woman, we can't always understand that. Hell no, I cannot be friends with an ex because if it's so great, why aren't we together? Yeah, well, there's so many different reasons why people break up. I believe you can be friends with an ex. Oh, okay. So now we have a balance. Some people say they can't be friends with an ex. Some people say they can. Also, I've had flings that know super close, but we were planning to be serious. So it really depends on two individuals involved. Yeah, and that's sassy biggest thing. It depends. It depends. Like the diapers. It depends. Really vegan playing in your woman pool. Yeah, you gotta play and talk about that woman pool. I know. Hey, welcome in, James Money. Welcome into the chat. We're talking about, can men and women be friends? So if the split is mutual, is easy to remain friends. Okay, so people are agreeing with you as a man. So he's saying like if you have been in a relationship with someone and you have changed that person's oil, then you are more likely, if it was mutual, to continue to be friends. Okay, so I think you can. I know you can. I'm a business partner with an ex, and we get along better than we had when we were dating. Yeah, and I think it's because maybe you share that intimacy. You know each other. You know that person inside and out. So I guess it all depends. I mean, even with you, Andrea, like you shared in the past about like when you was married, you guys, after you guys divorced, it's like your ex-husband still had to be in your children's lives. So regardless of the day, I mean, you guys had to have some level of being friends because you have to co-parent.
We're gonna never be friends. I'm sorry, we got children, and do you think I before I have to go to the kids a bit, and their daddy gonna bring his new girlfriend or the new wife? I'm praying. I'm getting my nerves right because I might have to cut somebody out. And so, it takes a lot to do that day to deal with him and whoever else he got. And so no, I hated them are the moments that I hated. My daughter's graduation. Them are the moments that I hated. They was the best moments, but them are the moments that I hated. Because it took me all day to just get the nerve to put a smile on my face, and what the kids say, do it for the family.
Right. No, I can understand how that could be very hard. Mick says there really no black and white answer, though every situation has its own circumstance. That's true. Jane said, yes, Sassy, everyone connection doesn't mean it's supposed to be romantic relationship, but since grade school, I've had more male friends than female friends. I didn't have true female friends until my 30s. Wow. Men and women are successfully remain platonic despite attraction. Doing so usually requires self-control and clear boundaries. Facts. My husband has a female best friend that's a stripper named Cinnamon, and I know most people wouldn't trust her, but if the foundation is built on trust, you don't have anything to worry about. Well, that too, and it's like, do you know Cinnamon? Because if Cinnamon is open, and I mean, there's been situations, and I even made a video about 5 years ago with and I was meeting my friend from elementary school. We have been friends for since elementary school, and I told him like I want, and he was very serious with this person. It wasn't just some like somebody who's dating, it's somebody he was really serious with, and I said I want to meet her. You know what I'm saying? So he made it happen. And I want to, and it's like I said, I have a whole video is documented and everything from beginning to end. And it's like, I want to let this person know, if I'm your friend, I want to let you know you have nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? I know women can be snakes, but I'm not a snake. So, and I, have that person's back, and I don't want them to feel that way. But I don't really have a lot of male friends, and like Mick said, it's really about setting those boundaries and stuff with people. And Andrea, you had a really great point. You're at the point right now, it's like, what is more important to you? You know what I'm saying? Would you risk having like a one night stand with in possibly ruining a really good friendship? It doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm at the point I've been having male friends since I was like 14, and I have fun with them. We talk about football, basketball. Some of my girlfriends, they don't even know what a touchdown is. That just irks my nerves. So I get the maybe because I got four brothers and a dad, talk about sports all the time, so I'm interested in that. And so my guy friends are cool. We get to chop it up about sports and stuff and other things. But having male friends, I think it gives me a different perspective when it comes to they don't hold grudges. And I have noticed that females hold grudges. Men, they might have an argument that day, the next day we back on track. We ain't worried about what we argued about.
Yeah, some people have had really had really horrible experiences dealing with women, just like Jane has said. My stepson's mom and I don't get along, but we cordial, and as long as the kids don't see it, I'm okay with that. Exactly. Hey, Alexander Bryant, welcome into the live. Yeah, I know Cinnamon Travell and I have been together since high school, so I know all of his friends. Ain't no woman can do for Travell. That's a very secure woman right there. Very secure. You have to be confident in yourself. Insecurity will destroy a relationship just as much as cheating. Yeah, because the stories in your head could build up worse than the actual situation that's going on. There got to always be boundaries and transparency. It's not worth messing up good relationships for intimacy. Just like JC, I've got more male friends than female friends. It's possible. Okay. People are agreeing. Alexander said that she is lying.
The lies. There you go. This bitch. The lies.
Is that what's going on? Are people lying up in here?
I ain't lying, shit.
Okay, I have another. This is our last clip, and then we're gonna start letting people come up if they want to come up. Okay. So let me play this last clip, and then and this is a very interesting clip. I think everybody is going to really, let me say, share this tab. Everybody is going to really, this is going to blow everybody's mind. Before he gets, let me go. Yeah, mind control is important because you can really intentionally manifest your spouse into cheating. Oh my goodness, I have a crazy story, but you know, it's not about me right now. It's not about me. Who's lying? Okay, let's go into this right here, which is interesting. This is a man point of view.
So here's the problem with having female friends is that if you have a female friend, the likelihood that a man develops romantic feelings for female friends is very high. So this is another huge issue that we have as men. So I just saw an interesting study that came out that Takotsubo cardiomyopathy is twice as likely or more in men than women. And this is like dying of a broken heart is something called Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. There's a lot of studies that show that literally like the blood pressure changes, the cortisol changes, the inflammation changes in men are far greater than women after a breakup.
Welcome in, Red.
69% of divorces are initiated by women. People may think that means 31% are initiated by men. That's not true. 15% of divorces are initiated by men. 15% of divorces are mutual. So here's the key problem is that with men, when we form an emotional bond with someone, we equate that to romance. We are not regularly forming emotional bonds without romantic or sexual connections, unless they are parts of our nuclear family. So then what happens is we don't know that like, you don't have to get the combo meal. You can order just the fries and just the drink without having the hamburger. We don't know how to do that. We've been ordering combo meals our whole life. And the second that you give me fries and a drink, I'm expecting that hamburger. So here's the problem with having female friends is that if you...
All right. So basically he's saying no, that men and women cannot be friends because men can't, I guess they don't have disciplines. And the longer they're around that woman, the more that they catch feelings for that woman, and they, I guess, like fantasize about them, and which is, I mean, it all depends on your point of view. It all depends on your point of view if you believe that or not. Manifested into cheating, tell somebody that you cheated on, they manifested it because they're gonna cuss you out. Manifested into cheating, tell somebody that you cheated on that, they manifested it, they're gonna cuss you. Well, you know, you hear that before though, Mick, where you've heard like what do you call it? You know those TV shows and they go, you made me cheat. You made me cheat. Like you forced because you kept telling me I was gonna cheat, and then you was like they ended up cheating. I mean,
chose to cheat.
You've heard that before, right, Andrea?
Somebody be somebody. You chose to do that. Ain't nobody can make anybody do nothing. They chose to cross that line. I really believe that.
I can promise you, my male friends are not fantasizing about me, Ella. Oh no, Jay. You know, you got that body, yada yada yada.
You just show,
you know, I
choose stuff. I think people choose stuff, and sometimes I think people don't take the risk of the costs is what will happen in the long run. You chose.
Right, and I think that is like, I mean that makes sense. Most men just want access, so if that means being a friend, that's still access. Ooh, look at Alexander Bryan dropping some gems. Well, I can see that because I mean I was kind of always taught that it's really hard to be friends with men because they always will show, and even Chris Rock has said something in the past where men keep women around, because no, he's at the opposite. He said women keep men around just in case, he said like a penis in a glass jar, just in case of emergency kind of thing. And that men stick around to get in. And I've had situations where I'll do a poll. Oh yes, please do, Jane. I would love that. Because it's this is a really interesting concept, and like I said, some people feel like you can't do it because it is really hard because discipline and you catch feelings because I guess too is so many like really cringy men out there. When you do find a man that is like sweet and kind and caring, it's kind of hard not to fall for them, just on playing devil's advocate. He was talking about himself in the video. His blood pressure is going to be for maybe, but do you think he's the only person that feel that way?
No,
I don't know.
Person feels that way. I think a lot of people could feel that way, but
Might not think it's
I
that
do
crosses their
think it's a
mind.
maturity level too. I think it's where
Good
you
point.
at in your life too.
Yeah, Tanja said cheating is a choice.
Right. I think it's a maturity level. I think it's where you at in your life. I told you I'm about to be 52. So where I'm at in my life, I value friendship better than I do relationship because sometimes I have even personally relationship. You sleep with somebody, cross that line, you ain't friends with that person no more.
Right. No, facts. I mean, I was in a 15-year relationship and I never crossed the boundaries and I never cheated or even thought about cheating. Even with like people who was like I just like no, because I'm like you, Andre. It's like if I have something, it's like that's all I focus on is that that person. Like I don't look outside. Why would you? If you're getting everything, it's a reason why you with that person.
Exactly.
A man with no discipline is not to be played with. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because they will, I guess, test the waters. They'll constantly like poke. I feel all men go through what internal battles, but the level of self-control you have will determine how far you go. Exactly. I've had men tell me like, you know what, I respect this friendship so much that I would never even try to have sex with that person. And it's like basically what they're saying is that, this person means so much to me that I wouldn't even risk it, kind of thing. Would never cross that boundary. So it's like, well, then on the opposite side, well, what are you saying for women you don't? It's like it's kind of like a throwaway. You would just have sex with somebody, but you don't really care about them like that. Mick, I agree. Although my guy friends and I haven't been intimate, they have admitted to have wanted to have or wants to. Exactly. And I feel like that's the thing too. Like sometimes when you are with someone and they really get, the more they're with you, the more they're around you, the more it's like they start kind of catching feelings and I think it goes both ways. I'm not just saying men, I'm just saying both ways because it's like you sharing with this person and this is like, oh my goodness, your heart goes out and then you have these feelings for them. Welcome in, last. The majority of men and female friends want more than a friendship. They are called orbiters. Take a look. Most of the time, the women with orbiters is on the more attractive side. There are exceptions. Last, you would come up with something like that. So you basically, if the question is, can men and women be friends? Your answer is no. It will eventually cross.
What you're saying is she gotta be more attractive. That's why she can't have men friends. I don't think that's right.
Well, no, I don't think it's that either. Because I've had male friends that like would tell me like, oh, it doesn't matter. The woman can be, maybe someone think they're not as attractive, because how many times have you seen a relationship and the woman like he cheated on me with that bird or she was this, she was that, she looked like this, whatever. It's like that's not what men, they don't cheat. Sometimes they don't cheat for somebody better. You know what I'm saying? They cheat for opportunity. Right. You have an opportunity to do it. Like if someone's going to give you some cat, they're going to take it regardless of what kind of package it is. And so I think women are delusional to think like, oh, I'm so fly that, I look better than these women over here. But in their mind, they might be thinking like, yeah, but she got a big, fill in the blank. It would eventually cross a man's mind. Okay, yeah, about self. So eventually will cross a man's mind, but you have to have self-control, respect for each other.
It's discipline.
True.
Discipline is discipline. That's what I said. It
But
is
the
levels.
exceptions don't make the
How
rule.
mature you are, what age group you are. I think it's levels to this.
It is. I definitely agree with that. When built on mutual trust and clear intentions, men and women can build deep, rewarding friendships. And I feel that's 1,000% true. Like I do have friendships that I call people like, regardless if you have a vagina or a penis, it's like if you're my friend, you're my friend. It doesn't matter what package is in. But I know, and I've recently came across where it's somebody who I've known for a really long time, and they came at me sideways, and it turned me so off. It's just like, you think you had this relationship with someone, and they just say the most disgusting, inappropriate thing, and it's just like, I don't care, because it's like then you start thinking like, oh, this person, what was their intentions, long game? Like, how are you looking at me?
Friend just to sleep with
Yes,
me.
yes, yes.
He was just thinking how long he can wait. I mean, that's what I would be thinking.
Right. It's like they're just waiting for their shot kind of
Right.
thing. Because it's like if you have a guy friend and they're like, yeah, we're gonna get married, da, 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 and you're just like, just shut up. He in a relationship, whatever, da da da. And you just being goofy and silly, and then they say something sexual. It's like, then you start like rethinking. Almost all cheating is done with someone that started with a friendship.
Start to feel uncomfortable.
You're Alexander. I don't think so. Alexander's like, no, I'm not buying none of this. They can't be friends. Okay. Welcome in, Dimtree. Thank you so much. Welcome in. I agree with beauty is perception. Yeah, it is. I think, it's in the eye of the beholder, right? So not everybody what you like, you know what I'm saying? I remember a comedian was talking about how, you had that one chick that come in at 2:00 in the morning. She come in, she do her do, but you would never take her out in public. But hey, it is what it is. There gots to be respect and boundaries always. I'm in the music industry and spend more time with artists than their ladies and wives, and it's not easy, but possibly you got to have self-control. Yeah, but it's also how you are, as a person. If they know who you are, and I think it goes back to like what Rissa was saying. It's about your character. So if a man or woman has really good character and morals, then it's like women are not going to trip. You know what I'm saying? Like being respectful, counting them in kind of thing. And you can see. And then also men will treat you differently as well. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to treat you with respect. They're going to treat you with that level of not crossing boundaries because they really do respect you.
Right.
You're very smart. Oh, thank you, Alexander. I think you're very smart as well. Hey, Dimtree, welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend and all is well, Queen. Yes, thank you so much. So, drink some water. Yeah, make sure you drink. Don't drink the beach water though. The beach water is not good. He wanted you in other ways. Yes. And it's like, I feel like this, and it's so funny because I made a short on Instagram years ago, and I said, you know what? Why do people play? So if you are interested in someone, and it's all about sexual attraction, right? So if you're sexually attracted to someone, that is a huge thing, right? So it's like, ask that person up front, are you sexually attracted to me? And if the person says no, then there's no chance. I'm just keeping it a buck. And I feel like a lot of time people don't want to have that conversation because they don't want to hear the word no. So they skip around and go, well, I'll take crumbs instead of having a slice of cake, whatever. But it's just like, don't get your heart broken when you realize that it's not even a chance of that. Yeah, you can jeopardize a good friendship over a monetary urge, or Terry Urge, you know I can't spell, guys. Friendship often offers nature, safety, and trust. When daily stressors or disconnect happens in a primary relationship, it can be very tempting to lean in support of a friend's comfort. Yes, it's like that is being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? We be in very vulnerable kind of thing. Last says cheating down is a thing. However, arbiters will settle for friendship because they know they can't have more because a woman out of their league. That's kind of deep too, because it's like you're gonna take. I mean, if you really attracted to the person, you really attracted to the person. But sometimes you will be like attracted to that person, right? And then you get to really know them, and then you go like how you said, Andre. It's like your friendship is worth more than anything, you know, anything like sexual. Like you wouldn't jeopardize that.
Not everybody value that too. I understand that. I know that. I got some friends like that. But I'm 52 years old. I had a little life, so I see people. It's what you value and what you don't. And at this point, I value friendship.
You found a friendship. Last said people cheat down simply because less attractive people are easier to get. Harsh but true. I don't know. I don't know about that because, like I said, like someone said before, it's all about all about what that person is attracted to. What I might be attracted to is something that you might not be attracted to. Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you. Self-control for sure and character. Yes, all these things are like super important. And I feel like us as, men and women who do have friends of the opposite sex, it's like you have to, and it's hard because if you are with somebody, you have a male friend. Say for me, I'm just using me as an example. I have a male friend, but that male friend is attracted to me, but I'm not attracted to them like that. Like it can get to a point where it can become awkward, and kind of thing. And it's like, well, what do you do? Do you cut that person off? As emotional intimacy deepens, the bond can quickly evolve into romantic or physical attraction. Yes. And then that's when it's like, okay, what do you do? Do you actually just, what do you do for a situation like that? Say, Andrea, you were with somebody and this is to everybody in the chat too. So you have a friend of the opposite sex and you start feeling for them. Do you distance yourself from them or do you just suffer, or do you tell them? That's the kind of thing. If you're on a diet, you don't have cake in the fridge and hope that do buy the cake.
No, I have lost a friendship over stuff like this. That's why I know. That's why I'm speaking from experience. One person was attracted to me, and he was making like innuendos and that stuff like that. Now it made it feel awkward, and I was like, I honestly told him I couldn't be friends with him no more.
Alexander says, I think you women sometimes need to test your so-called male friends to see if they are really friends or do they want other attention. No, that's dangerous. That's dangerous because 100% of the time a man will not turn it down. 100% of the time. 100% of the time. You can't tell me. If I were to let me just use you, Alexander. If I was, hey, Alexander, come to my house, we cool, we friends, whatever, and then I come out the room in some lingerie and stuff, and be like, you gonna tell me no? You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, okay. It's just like, it's like I said, a lot of times people cheat because of opportunity, not necessarily because of the person. I feel like it doesn't matter what I look like, no matter. It's like you're going to take it. You're going to take it. If you can do it. Am I lying? Men just need to be honest. Red's Room, LOL, hot tub party. I saw crumbs. No way. I want the whole cake. Exactly. I have very attractive male friends and I am not trying to jump them every 5 minutes, pre or post marriage. Like what's happening out there. Y'all know more hobbies, right? And see, that's the thing, Jane, like you would never even test it, because what if you did test one of your male friends and then they take it, then but you testing them, it's like you didn't mess up a friendship, because then they gonna be wanting more. I think sometimes it's more like a fantasy, like I think it's on both sides, men and women. Sometimes they just want a fantasy kind of situation, kind of thing. JC, you're so awesome, and I agree with you. And you know what? I mean, I see it because I'm not saying that you can't be friends, but one thing that came up, well, one thing that really came from the second clip that I made is like, if you are in a committed relationship, should you be out here making friends with the opposite sex? Attraction is more than physical appearance. Yes, I totally agree with that.
Well, like the lady said, not no new friends, but your old friends is boundaries. But no, if you're in a relationship, no, you should not be out here new friends with men. But if you had some friends before that relationship started, keep that relationship, but have boundaries behind it.
Welcome in dot. Welcome in.
So ain't nobody gonna be calling your house at 3:00 in the morning.
I mean, it always go back to a key component, like what type of people are you around? What is their mindset and what is their maturity level? Yeah, but I feel like sometimes too, like if you have because like I said, if you are married and you are constantly getting new female friends, is because I forgot who was that said this, because they're lacking something that they're not getting in their relationship, right? Like they're not getting nurtured, because that was one of the points. The reason why men have women or female friends is because women as friends is because women give something that men don't give. It all goes back to the key component, like what type of people are we around in the mindset and maturity level. And that's another thing too. It's like when your maturity, that has a lot to do with it, because like you said, Andrea, at your particular age, you value friendship more than just being in the bed, which again is why people need to get more hobbies or figure out ways to connect. Right.
But the thing is, that took time. That took maturity.
Welcome in Elevated.
That took experiences that happened to me. So that's why I said I evaluate friendship over one night stand with somebody with my friend.
Make a good point. Alexander make a good point. He's like,
when you can lose a good friend, you be thinking, damn, we used to do this together. Damn, we used to do this. And now we don't do this because we crossed the line.
Right. Welcome in, Sarita. He's looking in. Men love cake, and that's the truth. Yeah, and it's like, you know what? I appreciate you keeping it a buck, because I think sometimes men won't be honest with that. And it's okay. Like I feel like it is about the controlling your urges. You can think, but you just can't make it come into fruition. I don't agree with Alexander. My friends ain't gonna say no to sass. Don't do. Exactly. That's what that's what I was saying. Women, we cannot test. We can't test our male friends. I mean, even but you know what? Okay, I'm gonna use Elevated because he's on screen, right? So he helped me with a situation before in the past, right? And so I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I owe you lunch. I was just so appreciative of him. And then he went on his live and he told everybody Kelly was flirting with me. Because I feel like men I'm trying to put you on blast, Elevated, but I'm just saying, like, and it's something that is like me, this is my personality, but sometimes men don't get that from women. So it's like they take it as something else. It's like I treat everybody, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, like, I treat everybody with kindness and good, but I feel like sometimes men will take it differently. So it's like you got to kind of be careful with that, because it's just like women and men are not, you can't talk to a woman. Like I can be like, ooh, Rissa, like, ooh, yeah, you're your big booty. Like us, we'll talk about our body parts, we'd be all over each other, hugging each other. You can't do that with a man. because a man will take it totally different. Whereas with your women friends, you take it, you can be more playful and touchy feely and kind of thing. Like when I think it's like I remember Andrea when we was in Vegas, and I was sitting on the same side of the table with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you wouldn't think like, oh my gosh, she's trying to sleep with me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. Or if we go on vacation, like when we went to the concert, whatever, and it was just like a king size bed, it was like, oh sure, okay, we can sleep in the bed together. It's like it's not a sexual thing. Whereas if I had a guy and then we just happened to go to a room, I mean, I'm trying to, it would be more like, well, I can sleep on the couch and you want to sleep on the couch, and try to explain that, because remember it was the hotel was sold out because of the soccer match or whatever. So I had to get what I can get, whatever kind of situation. So it's like, it's different because I think you get into the situation where, you just have to be careful. Personality, I assess if a woman has male friends. If she does, I keep it moving and find someone else. I don't want to be dictate who she can be wrong. However, it's a red flag if she have male friends. Wow, that's a thing too, Laz, because we was talking about that, how one of the clips that I played earlier, the woman said she would not have old friends, yes, friends from the past before that person, yes, but if she has a lot of new male friends after they got together, it would be a red flag. If you know you'll cheat, don't even put yourself in that situation where it's an opportunity to cheat. Exactly. And that's where the discipline come in at. We mean love cakes. And that's it. Yeah, men love cake. They love cake. I mean, I've even seen situations like with you and I. One time, it was another Vegas trip that we had went on, and we were meeting this content creator, and he was kind of, I ain't gonna say man, but he was kind of like if you would have been like, hey, come up to my room, I think he would have came up to my room. Am I lying or am I lying? You know what I'm saying? It's just like sometimes people, they just look for, they're cool, but then it's like, I feel like the woman has so much power, kind of thing, as far as like, not saying that because like I just said, I want people to be, I just want to keep it a buck. It says, Jane says, last, how is it a flag? Female friends can be exhausting. Well, you know what? It's so funny that you say that, Jane, because I feel the opposite. I feel like with me, my female friends, I have an amazing woman group. You know what I'm saying? And they are just so kind and loving and giving and sharing. And it's like, I feel like sometimes women don't always have that. We've always had that experience. Andrea, you've had the experience where you've had a woman friend and she basically just stabbed you in the back.
Right.
And she put you down, and that can bruise you. Just like the same thing where, like, you've been in a relationship and a man cheated on it doesn't mean every man is going to cheat on you. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this.
Have
hurt me more than a man have.
What was that, Andrea?
Women have hurt me more than a man ain't never have.
Right, because you're around more women.
My guy friends don't put me down. My guy friends encourage me. My guy friends keep me moving. They celebrate me, and the women, they don't. I don't get that. I don't understand that. But I had to change. But that was a different mindset too. I changed my circle of women too. And when I changed my circle, and that's when I is the maturity.
Yes. Yes, you have to change your circle. Last is making friendships with opposite sex after starting a relationship is grounds for. He ain't playing. He's like, you get with somebody. You want your male friends, go be with your male friends, but you ain't gonna be with me. But you know what? The reason why Last is saying that because he know how men are. You know what I'm saying? Like, men know how men are, and I just feel like sometimes certain people are in denial, like, kind of situation. You just have to be aware. And it's not that we're saying like, you can't have male friends or like that, but just don't be naive to the situations. You got to watch how you move, how you certain things. It's like, I can't get undressed in front of my male friends and expect him to, you know, I can get undressed in front of you, Andrea, you know.
Right.
But I can't get undressed in front of my male friends and expect him not to desire me. It's like a way that we have to carry ourselves as well. It says, Jane said, I don't have a lot in common with most women, and I know I enjoy most hobbies, and that other women enjoy my hobbies tend to be more male-centric, hunting, fishing. Okay, so that totally makes sense. I had a friend try this guy who was married, and surprisingly, he did not bite. I was like, that's a good man right there. And you're right. Not, you know what? And I do want to just, not trying to flip flop, but I mean, not every person, you know, not every man is going to do that, because he might have the same mindset as Andrea, where it's like, you know what? I value your friendship more than just getting a piece of ass kind of thing. I'll let my husband know. Guess he's pretty secure with our relationship, but I'll let him know he has an out. There you go. In said, are y'all married? I'm not married.
I'm divorced.
And divorced. Well, both divorced. Most male friends want more. If you don't like female friends, it's the people you attract. There's plenty of bad same sex male friendships out there as well. Welcome in, Trini. Trini says, hey, Kelly, how are you feeling today? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing a little better. We're going to keep this to an hour. So we're coming up on an hour. But this, I did want to open it up to anyone that wants to come in to have something to say. Let me go ahead and drop the link. I'm a business partner in the music business industry, so I make more money than most men with our 3 jobs. So I'm around at work with men all day, and it's why I got more male friends. Yeah, so some jobs that you have, you are around male friends, and it's like, you know, when you have coworkers who are male friends, it's like sometimes you just don't even have that thought. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even come into like, oh, I've been around this person every single day. Sometimes, like, I have a male. I work with somebody who's a male, and he makes me literally sick to my stomach. So it's not always like that, where, you know, a male and female relationship is not unheard of. JC, yeah, I guess it's only insecure men that don't want their partners around men who want more. Well, yeah, because it's like, you know, you have to think too. Like I said, I think it's more of the whatever attracted you to your woman, it's the same thing that other men are attracted to, kind of thing. You got to think of it like that. So if your partner is caring, loving, smart, you know, great personality, just fun to be around, good energy, it's like, why wouldn't you think other men would want that as well, even if they can just get a piece? Last is it's not a matter of liking. I like small circles of friends, and I choose to keep it small. It keeps me grounded. For almost 50 years, I don't deal with a lot of foolishness. How do you feel about that, Andre? Do you have like a small circle of friends or females? I mean, female or male friends? Oh, she popped out. Men and women can be friends. However, there's a but. Sometimes it's not up to what your original intentions were. And we were talking about that earlier. Hello. Okay. We were talking about that earlier, how like sometimes when you share that space with them and you really get to know the person, it's like, you know, you just see maybe like these qualities that you will want in a person, kind of thing. We're just simple people that have a close network that works for us. LOL, nah, y'all ain't lying, Kelly. I used to think every woman that's nice to me I had a chance with. LOL, no, she's just a nice person. Right. Yes, some people are just right. And I feel like it's kind of hard because people call me a flirt. They're like, you're such a flirt. You're such a flirt. It's like, how am I being a flirt? I'm just being myself. But I mean, I can see it, you know. Matter of fact, their last relationship I was with, they were just saying like we would go play, but it's like they got the perks, you know, like we would go in, but I have a background in what do you call it? Customer service. So I know how to treat people, and I know people want to be treated. So, if we go into a particular place or, I know how to get stuff. I know how to get stuff, but it's not flirting. It's just being kind, kind of thing. All right. So JC right here. And it's like, it's not a bad thing. I feel like but you know what? That this is a thing too. I feel like women, if you are put in a position where you can actually live in your feminine divine, it's like, it's so different. But a lot of women are not they're forced to be in this masculine energy, right? It's like, you have to, you're in a relationship, but you got to pay the bills, you got to cook, you got to clean, you have all these different responsibilities and stuff like that. And it's just like, you're not able to relax and be in your feminine. And so, of course, it's different to have someone who don't have those responsibilities. They may make good money, they have great friends, they are just living their best life, and so they don't have the stresses as a relationship is, and that looks more desirable to that person. Hey Barry, welcome in. Wow, I can't catch her live today. Is lucky day, thumbs up. I caught you and Liz live today too as well, but you was singing One Love. Sassy, your career and friend groups are your choice. You have the right to choose what you want. Men have the right to choose what they want. No shame, but a lot of men don't prefer it. Yeah, and that's what was in a clip earlier. It's like men will only take the opportunity they're given, right? So, but think about it too, is like, sometimes that can really ruin a friendship, crossing those boundaries. And like I said, I've had a lot of people, they cross the boundaries and they seen what happened. In the long run, yes, you can be friends with a woman if you find your woman friend attractive. No, the friendship will eventually turn bitter. Wait a minute. In the long run, yes, you can be friends with women. If you find your women friends attractive, no, the friendship will eventually turn bedtime. Well, it got to be both ways too, Dark. Like, you can't assume something and it's not. Okay, Andrea is back. You back, Andrea? And said people are desperate. You know what? And that's kind of crazy, because it's like, are you really desperate? Oh my God, Simon. Not even like, hello, chat. Hello. Just where's the link?
Oh my goodness,
Simon. I know. Welcome in.
My son gotta go to football practice, so I had the phone call came in.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta go.
Yes. But
Okay.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you too. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Have a great day. All right. That was cool. Let me kick her out. Kick out, don't ban. Because I'm cool for banning somebody. Last said, JC, there are bad male and female friends that we get involved with. If you prefer hanging around men, it's your choice. However, those are experiences with female friend, like Vegan just said. Yeah, and it's like, we all have choices, you know what I'm saying, how you want to have your relationship. But if both people are cool with it, then, it's cool. Sometimes men are guarded with not accepting their ladies having guy friends because they don't trust them ourselves having female friends, so they don't want to have the same. Yeah, and that's the thing that I was saying like earlier. If me and you are really close, like we really have a friendship, like I need to meet her. She need to know me, because it's like, I don't want to have anybody in the back of their mind thinking like, oh, Vegan is trying to. Now, I don't have a lot of male friends like that, but I do have some male friends, and the majority of them single, so I don't have to worry about that. But then at the same time, I don't want people to think, I make it very clear, we're just friends. You're in a friend zone. You're not coming out. It ain't gonna be nothing. Like, no. And it's like you can ask me, and I would just be like, yeah, I don't see you like that. What's cheating? Asking a friend. Ooh, Trini, that is a really great question. What is cheating? From what I see online, men and women are really angry at each other. Yeah. Yes. It do seem like there's a war against men and women. So this is really funny that it's like, okay, you have a situation where you're like, can men and women be friends? But then it's like online they don't seem. But you know what? And that's a really great point, because it's like internet is not real life. I'm talking about like real life, kind of thing where you are interacting with people. Like I don't consider this the same, because if your guy friends want them cakes. Alexander been very consistent across the board. Like, no, men don't want men want women regardless. And it's like, you can't be friends. Both men and women have celebrated and elevated. This is why I don't make rules around gender when it comes to who my friends are. Exactly. Because it's like, but see, Jane, you are married, so you control it. You control what's going on in that relationship. And if they're really your friends, they're going to respect you. Exactly, vegan. Men know how men think and operate. So if I'm like, hey, baby, I have this new friend, and it's this guy named Chuck, and Chuck is like, yeah, what's up, man? And it's like, bro, what is it? What's the, why you friends? You got a whole man right here, kind of thing. Because I've had a situation where, last I can agree with what you said. I had a situation where, I had the person's, I just say spouse. The person's spouse reached out to me and asked about a particular woman, like want to get my opinion about a certain woman, because the way that they had said some things, and she was feeling a certain kind of way. She was like, should I be worried about this person, kind of thing. And I was just like, because it's like they were alone together, and it's like, well, your man, so I don't know what happened from that, but I was just like, my name is Ben and I'm not in it. But all I want to say is, like, if you're secure, you should be secure in your relationship. Just like Rissa said, you should be secure in your relationship. That is a critical point. In general, it doesn't work. There are rare exceptions. I really feel like there's rare exceptions. Instant temptation is always there. It's up to you to curve it. Exactly. You can get undressed. Not all men go for it's deeper than getting undressed. At least for me, that is. Okay, so you say women can get undressed in front of you, Trini. I'm not married. I'm just making money. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, and no in the story. Last, you're welcome. I appreciate your point of view. It helped me understand a few things and points on the other side. Yeah, because I feel like if you are men understand men, women understand women. What are your top red flags in people? And we don't need a couple of shows for that. A situation brings everything into play, and I believe if a woman realizes that where it's heading, they should address it, nip it before it goes anywhere instead of dismissing it. Yeah. And it's just like, how do you handle that as well? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like you sound crazy. Like if you have a friendship and you just is like, okay, you can't talk about this, and this. Like the person should just already know and respect you, Sassy, that was my order. Focus on career, and then when it wasn't even searching, the spouse showed up. At the time it was supposed to. Life is good. We commit to each other daily. That's beautiful. So also nowadays everyone is controlled by social society, everything is backwards, the world we live in. I believe that. Vegan don't understand this female divine not having to pay bills. I'm not necessarily talking about paying bills kind of thing. It's more about if you like, sometimes like Jane, you hear men say, "Oh, they're not feminine," or "A woman is not feminine." It's like, how can you not be feminine? You're a woman, but it's like you're put in positions where you're having to be masculine. See, I grew up old school, with parents where the man worked, woman stayed at home, everybody had their roles kind of thing. And so maybe I'm a little delusional when it comes to that, but it's like my grandmother, she had to, she was, even though she worked really hard, because like taking care of a household is very, very hard, but she didn't have to, she could do the stuff like get her hair done, get her nails done, like, go shopping, like be with the kids, plan family events, that kind of stuff, where, when men say women are not feminine, it's just like, well, what's the situation? You got to look at it kind of thing. And of course, paying bills is just, I have to pay bills, but I'm still feminine because I don't have the stress. I don't have to, I don't have the stress kind of thing. So it just depends on the situation. Like some people like that. Some people feel like, the 50-50 thing is a thing. But I feel like it shouldn't be 50-50. It should be whenever. There shouldn't be like a percentage on it. Like sometimes your man's going to carry you 100%. Maybe you have to carry your man 100%, kind of thing. But you just need two whole completed people together to make a good relationship. I've also been the person was being nice and the woman took it the wrong way and was actually offended when I didn't want to be more than friends. She asked why I was so nice to her. And that's the thing. That's what I was saying earlier, Mick. Like a lot of times women don't get that. You know what I'm saying? You could take it too. Like if you're a guy and you're just like really, really sweet to a woman, but she don't get that, she could take it the wrong way. So it just depends on the person. Like and that's where, Jane, like I was talking about earlier about women support groups. Like when you have a group of women, you know what I'm saying, that, it's like you can support each other and just do women stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't take my male friends. It's like, oh, let's go get our nails done. Oh, let's go to, the beauty store and get makeup, or, oh, let's go get, our hair done, or, oh, let's go shopping and get outfits. And a lot of times men don't like that. Men don't like stuff like that. So I feel like it's important that you have that. Just like men need men, women need women, it just depends. JC, how beautiful and inspiring, for real. That's what Sassy wants. I finally came except I don't have to work and do everything alone. I want love and happiness also. Yeah, and you're going to get it for sure, for sure. And I think what's happening nowadays is people don't feel like they have to suffer. They don't have to settle. You can be friends with women and don't want anything, but some women just bring out that extra vibe. I'm guessing it's human nature. You can fight it or just give in. Yeah, and if you're depending on what's going on in your life, you might just give in. I know for me and my male friends, it would be their girlfriends that would have an issue. I'm just trying to kick it with my friend. Yeah, but you know what? It depends. Like if Rissa, if you have friends that you've known like since high school, or maybe somebody who you worked with that you have a close bond with, maybe their girlfriends would probably have a problem. And now, and it's like something like you don't see them every day or talk to them every day. Like I have guy friends who I don't talk to every day. I might see him or run into him, every so often. Like you go to a restaurant and like, hey, what's going on? Give him a hug, whatever. Like that's different. I don't care about, oh, let me introduce him to your girlfriend. No. Well, I'm just talking about when you have those close friends, it's very important that you let your spouse know that this person is really important to my life. It's a difference between friends and acquaintances kind of thing. And yeah, I can see why they would have a problem with you. Mick, that happens to me as well. That's wrong for being nice, and people can be crazy sometimes. Big facts. That's your 100%. Keep it 100, and you will, and it will show up. Jane is right. Jane is right. Cheating is doing anything you wouldn't do in front of your partner. Ooh, that is a great. You know what? I like that. I like that. That is a really great point. I didn't even think of it like that. But yeah, because the stuff that you say, and vice versa. When you're talking to a man, would you say those same things in front of their spouse? Great point. JC will do nothing good is meant to be rushed in or at the wrong time. Right, right. I agree with JC about not bashing friendships off of gender because of a woman can't take it too. Yeah, and it depends. Oh my goodness, I have a really great story about that. I actually had a story time about that where I had a really long relationship and he met this new woman and she was insecure and she cut off our relationship. You know, she said to him, cut off our relationship, and he did. He cut off our relationship, and it wasn't, strictly platonic. We just had been friends for heck of decades, whatever. And then they end up breaking up. And then who's the first person that they come want to talk to? So it's like you got to be careful and you got to like be 10 toes down. I wasn't always married vegan. I have friendships older than my marriage, and I have new friends since my marriage. Guess I'm just built different. Yeah, and it just depends on your situation. It's like it's probably friendships that you met, maybe because like you said, you like certain hobbies like hunting. So it's like, say if you're going to a hunting thing and you meet people and you vibe with them, it's like, hey, well, here, take my number and I'm going to let you know next time we go hunting. That's different, than you go into a bar and you drinking and somebody come up to you and you get their number. Different situation. It says we have a very distorted view of feminine divine. You can look up nature. Males are typically more flamboyant in nature. Yes, I've seen that, with the birds and how they act. And yeah, you're definitely right about that. But I think that's when you're talking about mating and attracting people, right? So we're just talking about just friendship. We're not talking about mating. This is strictly supposed to be like like two people that's platonic, and can you have a relationship with them? Humans just need not to make rules and then ultimately destroy connection. I can see that. But it's okay. Like if somebody like you, it's like, it's okay. They can like you, but it's just how you handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to perceive differently. LOLC, that's the issue. I hate shopping and I don't do nails, and most of it's usually garden crafts. Exactly. So it's like your group of women would be women who are into the same things that you're into, kind of thing. So going out to the garden and assist with my spouse, I will keep this running, going to get my hands into the dirt. Nice. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Maybe have a beautiful rest of your day. Sassy says, well, I guess cheating doesn't apply to me. Why doesn't cheating apply to you? You too, Sassy. I agree with Lass on one point, making a lot of new male friends once you're together. I'll have an issue with that. Like, what are you shopping for? My replacement. Always have, some people be want to have one, some backups kind of things. Mick, my husband is in my apocalypse plan. Not many men can do what he capable of. No one's replacing him. Exactly. When you get a good person in your life, you don't want to replace them. You know what I'm saying? You want to do everything to keep that relationship. Sassy LOL. Now, if it's business related or something like that, I'm not tripping. Right. I mean, you have to look at it. Hey, what's up, Casey? How are you? You are funny. Seen you at the pool the other day. When we going shopping, my wife always showing me the ladies Is that a setup? Yes. Yes. It is a setup. And it's just like, I guess the thing about it is like, well, women, we want to see if we know our men, right? So if we're together, say me and you are together and we're shopping and I see a woman, and I think that's his type. I might say like, there's your girlfriend or something like that to see if you look and see what your response is. So I always be like, nah will always be answer. JC, that's real. She said nothing is wrong with looking, but I try not to. Don't look, Trini. Don't look. It's a setup. Make it little. I can't stop laughing. Your honesty and transparency is so awesome. But isn't it though? Hello. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna put up the link. Let me find the link. If anyone is interested in coming up, we're gonna be heading out. Paste and up there. Don't do that with me. I'm gonna talk to her. Sassy. I'm just being real. Keeping it a bean. Hey, what's up, Harrison? Okay, Harrison, we're about to get out. I'm just opening up for anybody to want to come up, but the subject matter was, can men and women be friends? And a lot of people are saying yes, they can be friends, but then some people are saying like no. Are you there, Sassy? I don't know. Her audio was messing up earlier. But I know this is a subject matter that you had talked about earlier. We friends, LOL. Yes, we are friends. But where are you, Harrison? It's not like me and you talk every day and you way on the other side of the United States. So it's not like I'm getting in my car and driving to your house. You know what I'm saying? And when I come out there, I said, what is the first thing I said I want to do? I want to meet you and your family kind of thing. So true. Yeah. And it's, you know what? I think we've always and the thing about it is about your, what do you call it? Because I do have friends who are men, and I do consider them friends. Like, I know, like, okay, so for instance, this Harrison just popped in, I use him as an example. I remember when I was trying to get my soundboard and I reached out to you and was like, hey, can you give me some advice about blah, 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 or what about this, whatever? I mean, yeah, so you can. It's kind of like what Jane was saying. Like, you can have friends, who can help you with certain things. And it's not like, I don't see Harrison romantically at all. Actually, I think of him like an old grandpa. It's still not letting me come in. I think I think it's that I'm in the studio still. Okay, let me get out of there. Remove, kick you out. All right. Kick out, not banned you. There wouldn't be an issue with opposite sex friends if a friendship is accessible to both in a relationship. Yeah, and I feel like too, you welcome in, workplace live. I'm just kidding with you. I'm just kidding. I don't think you as a grandpa. I don't think you a grandpa. But I think the thing is, I highly respect you because of, your character and your morals, and you've never came across that. You said, but I ain't but 40 years. Hey, my grandmother was a grandmother at 38, so I'm just saying. I'm just kidding with you. And that's the thing too. It's like you can have friends from opposite you can like joke with and have, so I get it. Like Jane was saying, she has more male friends than she has female friends. But the thing about it is, it's like that is to me, that's a huge thing. I don't call everybody my friend. Like that's that's really strong, you know, because you get into this like relationship kind of thing where you have to be careful too. Listen, I don't have the capacity to try to have play friends. They were like, exactly. You know what? And I feel like when you get to a certain age, you really do take it seriously. As far as like creating, you know, like when you create community, when you create, you know, and just like Andrea has said earlier, you know, she gets to a certain part of her life where she goes, my goodness, I so much respect this person that I would never cross the line to jeopardize our friendship kind of thing. Welcome in, Race. I mean, technically, we all play friends here. Well, and you have to think too, the internet and real life are two different things. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. Like, okay, I'm gonna use Sassy for example, because you know she was here earlier. I can go to Sassy house. I mean, I've met so many content creators in person, like Andrea. We've traveled so many times. We've traveled so many times. You know, I've showed Nathaniel. You know, it's like we're friends in real life. I've traveled. I've seen them. So show me your face before. I just wanted to make sure, or your hand or something, make sure that you're not like okay, cool. Here you go. Welcome in. Welcome in, Trini.
Hey,
Okay.
Kelly, what's up?
Hey, so we're talking about can men and women be friends in real life? Harrison said, however, not all men are mature enough to have friends who are beautiful. Instead of just acknowledging a woman's beauty, they have to try to go further. Do you think that? Do you think that men they just want to shoot their shot to see if they still have it?
No, I don't think that. I don't think that. I think, I think men don't actually set out to cheat.
You said
I
they
think
set out to cheat?
No, I think a lot of men don't actually go out there with the intention to cheat.
Okay.
I think situations at home. First of all, you have to make sure that everything is sound at home.
Okay.
Because if everything is not sound at home, you will find yourself out there cheating. Because you might just come across that friend who is pushing that energy out that you want to get at home, but you're not getting it. So that could be a factor of you doing something that you don't really want to do. You're just doing it because of you're not comfortable at home. But I think if you're comfortable at home in your space and you have a good thing going with your partner, you can be friends with any woman. It doesn't matter.
Welcome in, King.
But
yeah, so
that's my thought.
It's if you have a healthy relationship, it's like you don't even have the desire to
Exactly.
be out there. And that's a great point. And that's what I was saying with me. It's like, I was in a 15-year relationship and I never had a desire. Yeah, I used to see attractive men, whatever, attractive women. Like you attracted. But it's like I never had the desire to say, oh, let me step out of my relationship kind of thing. It just never crossed my mind because I was getting everything at home.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Ladies to Talk RP. Welcome in. It starts at home. So, do you think it is, as a man, if you had the opportunity to cheat and no one would find out, would you do it? I mean, of course,
Of course I would.
Like, I don't want to put you on blast. I'm like,
what kind of question is that, Kelly? Of course I'll do it.
See, exactly. And thank you for being honest, because I feel like sometimes men they're not really honest. Healthy relationships are irrelevant. We have to have self-control. If a relationship is rocky, that's not an excuse to go outside. So he's saying, like, even if you're not, so why be in a relationship? I guess that would be the question. If you're in a relationship, why would you even be in that relationship? Like, I think sometimes people are in relationships for the wrong reason, you know what I'm saying? Kind of
Yep.
thing. So why are you in a relationship?
Why am I in a relationship?
Mhm. Hey Travis, welcome in. Yeah, why are you in a relationship? What keeps you in a relationship?
No, well, as I said in the chat, when I met my wife, we
Mhm.
we were friends before we were anything. We wasn't even thinking that we would get married and all that stuff. We was friends. We was just like on the phone all the time. If I have a problem, I know I can call her. She would be a good listening ear. She would give me good advice. Vice versa. If she has a problem, she will call me. Don't matter what time it is, I will answer. We will talk. I will, walk her through stuff and whatever. So we was just like friends. We never even like look at each other like that. Or that's why I was saying, some people you can be friends with them and nothing happens. But then some people it's just a different vibe. So look where I'm at now. I'm living in Finland. Who thought I would have been in Finland? Because we wasn't even like interested in each other. We was just friends. So it goes back to what I was saying earlier. We
Right.
over time we grew to love each other and we decided, okay, let's just get married. You know?
So, RP says, so you would still hurt her while she gives you a great friend there for you. What's the point of being in a relationship? Well, I'm gonna let you say this too, but
I never said I was going to hurt anybody. You
right.
see, yeah, probably the person who making that comment don't really know me. You need to get to know me, and then you'll understand.
Well,
I'm a fun guy. I
it's
like
not
making
even
jokes.
right.
like
I
I
think
like
it's not
saying
even you.
stuff.
It's you being a man, and you like
Yes.
he was answering the he was answering the question. If you had the opportunity to cheat and know your mate didn't
Mhm.
find out, would you do it? And he was honest to say yes. And I feel like a lot of times men will not admit that, but it's true. Like if you can have the opportunity to cheat and no one
Yeah,
will find out, men's like, yeah, I would.
yeah. But it's not gonna be just cheating for cheating's sake. It has to be like, I'm getting that vibe with that person. So it's not gonna be because you're there and you're presenting yourself, I'm gonna just say, okay, let's cheat. No. It's not like that for me.
Right. No, he's not saying that he would cheat. He's just saying men in general. He said
Yeah.
he would cheat if he wouldn't find out, correct? Well, yeah, I was just asking as a man point of view. Big
Yeah,
fan, been
well,
10 years. I mean, back in
I'm gonna if you put it like that, if nobody's gonna find out, no problem.
I mean, but you know what? I think too, it's like people, I would say women need to be aware. And that was one of the things like what I had learned on, different platforms. It's just like how men mentality are. So it's like you just can't be naive and you just be thinking like, oh, not all. Like I think I even used it in a quote one time. It's like you have to treat everybody with universal caution, just treat it all. And if it doesn't happen, fine. But if it does, at least you're protected, kind of thing. Is cheating for fun's sake eventually? Evidently. I don't think so. Like I said, I was in a relationship for 15 years. I never cheated. So I don't think that's the point. I mean, but it's really about if you want to, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. So, and this, since you're a man, Trini, would, as a man, do you feel like sometimes you need to find out if you still have it? Like, do you kind of test it out? Like, not cross the boundaries, but just kind of like, I wonder if I still have it. Like, do men have that? I know women have that. Just to be honest, like we need to know that we're still desirable. But as far as like men, do they feel the need that?
I still have it, so I don't need to test anything. I think I'm gonna have it for a long time to come. So I see it all. I see it all the time whenever we go out to places. I see it. you know.
So you
Everybody,
get like you get the googly eyes and women
yeah,
like kind of
everybody
flirt with
just
you.
looks, everybody smiles. They like, hey, you know, stuff like that. So I don't need to question it, you know. And then when we go like to the shops, my wife always say, "Hey, look at this one. She's looking at you, you know.
Oh
Say
yeah,
hi,
you had said that you
say
said that
hi."
in the chat
And I'm
kind of
like,
thing.
"Hey," and she's like, "Yeah, that's it, you know."
But if you're secure within your relationship, like kind of Rissa says, like, hey, it's like you're not tripping because that's as far as it's gonna go. It's just flirting, and
Yeah,
I've had that happen to me where people, guys will say like, my wife know I'm a big flirt. Like I said, people call me a flirt, and it's like I don't feel like I'm being a flirt. I'm just nice to people, but I mean, it is what it is. Mick says, okay, so if you're actively, but don't get caught, how would you react if you got caught and your partner cheating? Does she get a pass? Okay, so if you found out that your partner had cheated on you, say you cheated on your partner, right? Just
yeah.
hypothetically, and then you found out she cheated, but she got caught, would you give her a pass?
Now I'm gonna do it. Before, no, because I was
Okay.
married before, and a lot of cheating took place. Not with me, with my partner. So at that time I couldn't give it a pass. But now
Hmm.
that I'm more experienced, if you want to put it that way, I'm gonna give it a pass. Because at the end of the day, we are human beings, and we are not perfect. Even
Right.
even the machines and devices make errors. So who are we?
And it could be a conversation to say, what happened? Like, why did you feel the need to go out?
Exactly.
But you want to really have those conversations beforehand, like, to get an understanding of why your significant other would even want to go outside of the relationship. But if you're keeping with the communication, I can definitely see it kind of thing, because you're a handsome guy. So I can see
Oh, you see, I told you I still got it.
so you're a handsome guy and you're with your wife and you're out. And so for some women, they want that, right? So they're like, oh, that's so attractive. And so
Yeah.
sometimes it's just the attractiveness of being with somebody, kind of thing. Like Harris has said, he said, I got it. So I ain't got to prove it to nobody, whatever. So,
Have you ever experienced like going out to a function with your wife and her friends are there and they are hugging you longer than expected?
oh,
Like
well, it
everybody is
depends on
greeting
it.
you.
It
Hi,
depends
hi,
on the
nice
it
to meet
depends on the
you.
person because I've had I'll never forget one time when I was married. I had a situation where my friend was involved in a DM situation. She was involved with it was a DV situation, and my husband actually went over there and kicked the guy out of the house. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember, he said like, "Don't you ever come back here again, or you gonna have to deal with me." And so the guy never did come back. And I remember her falling in his arms, and she was just crying because she didn't have anybody to protect her. And so that was one of the things that like really attracted me to him, that he was that kind of protector, like, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't think like, oh my gosh, she's trying to get with my man, whatever. It's just like, I understood how she felt. You know what I'm saying? This was like relief. And it's like at the end of the day, I feel like women, they really want to protect her. They really want someone who's going to have their back and, kind of thing. And so it's not always sexual. It's
Yeah.
really about that person who is, have that person's back and who understands them. It's rare to find someone who understands you as a person, who don't always want to get in your drawers. Not every guy want to get in a woman's drawers.
Exactly. Not every guy wants that.
Right. Women
No.
shouldn't cheat, but some men need to if we're going to keep all the women happy, since there are more women on earth.
There are a lot of factors. There are a lot of factors attached to this thing. We are just scratching the surface. Because number one, like if you don't have communication at home, if you
Mhm.
can't, if you have a problem, yeah, okay. Like my wife, I can tell her if I don't agree with something, I can tell her I don't agree. If she doesn't agree with something with me, she can tell me, look, I don't agree. But in
Mhm.
some relationships, that's not possible. You
Yeah.
know. So then when
Right.
you meet a friend now, who takes 20 minutes to sit down and listen to what you have to say, you don't get that at home. So then right there, it starts something that wasn't intended to start. That's
Right.
why I said in the beginning, it all starts from home. you know Once everything is good at home, no, I don't think anybody's gonna go cheat or be interested in anybody else.
You got to make it, yeah, you got to create that environment where you have that trust. And so when you are and you can say something like, oh, like if I'm at home and I go, dang, Usher is so fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my partner should be secure enough in our relationship there where he's like, yeah, well, if that's what you think. I've had men ask me before, do you think this woman is attractive? No, like I'm not into women, kind of thing. It's like, well, I feel like they're pretty, but I mean, you can tell with them it was more of a lustful spirit, like, and it's like women and men don't think alike. Like I can give a woman a compliment. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. You smell so good. You look so good. And it's not sexual. Whereas I think sometimes with men, it doesn't come across. It doesn't come across that way.
Me and my wife out there, and she says, "Oh my God, that guy looks fine in those jeans." And she's like poking me, look, 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 look. We have that kind of relationship. We good. It's not like I'm gonna feel bad or start an argument for that. We just have that kind of like our marriage is like a friendship. We just have that openness with each other.
You need that base, and you need to be able to have friends. What Harris says, but do you want Usher to be your hall pass vegan? No, I'm not. He would not be my hall pass. You know what? Actually, it's only one person that ever would have been my hall pass, but he's no longer on this planet. I mean, he passed away. So it would never happen. So whoever I'm with, just know you good, because it's nobody who I would actually cheat. Me the brains women think with what Ray says men think with their brains and women think with their vaginas. No.
Really? I don't think so.
No. You're so silly. So yeah, no, I wouldn't. Chris, no. I would. He's a colorist. He beats women. No, I mean he got good music, but that's about it. It's
I
like
hope
a
you're all
person.
not trying to bash my favorite R&B singer. Okay.
No, I love the music, but to me, it's like the person and the music. I can separate them. A lot of people can't. Just like R. Kelly, but that's another subject. Yes, we knew you were saying men, not mean. Yes, relationships not meant to be serious and strict like you at boarding school. Exactly. You have to have that kind of. You have to have, like you said, your friendship started off right. Your relationship with your wife started off as a friendship, but it was. But see, you were single. It's not like you was in a relationship. Were you?
I was in a relationship.
What?
And she was married. But we was just friends. We were friends.
So you see how dangerous. So you actually proven a point that men and women can't be friends because it can turn into something. Way. And that's crazy.
Married. So who would have believed that years later we would have been married?
Wow. Yeah. What part of Trinidad are you from?
Who wants to know?
Harris Family Value. I think his ex is from there.
I'm from the baddest part of
Green. If someone forced you to sleep with a woman and you have no choice except to choose a woman, which woman would you choose? That's crazy. I have to think about that. Let me think about that. I'm gonna think about that. This turning into a Maury episode. LOL, joking. I know we're wrapping up. Welcome in, E Black. Welcome in. We were just saying, can men and women be friends? I don't know. E, can men and women be friends? My family is from POS Belmont. Okay.
Oh, Belmont. I'm from
Yeah.
Morvant.
Okay.
I'm from Morvant.
Arama also. Oh, Arama also. Okay. So Harrison, he's from out there. E Black. Okay. Emma Illig. Okay, so thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming up here. And I think I appreciate you being honest, because I feel like a lot of times, you know, men don't want to be judged. They don't want to come across like, oh, they're this, we're that. But at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, women just need to know. And that's crazy, because I'm like, not only were you in a relationship, but your wife was married and y'all was friends, and that's crazy.
It's a crazy story, bro. Listen, it's a crazy story, but it is what it is.
But you know what? Stuff like that happens. Yes, just not with you. Okay. He said he could be friends with women, but not with me. Okay. Says hi. He know crazy. He know. But the thing about it is, this is a really great conversation. We kind of like, you know, dang, you've been a great person to end this conversation with, because you know, it's like, because sometimes I feel like women, you know, it's the same way. Like, they get attracted to married. You know, you might be attracted to a married man, you know what I'm saying? But it's all depends on how you contain yourself. Because like you said, if you have the opportunity, I'm pretty sure y'all, I don't know.
Yeah, I have a lot of opportunities, but I don't fulfill them. So
yeah, and it's like, why would you fulfill
that says a lot.
Right? His story is proof that sometimes people are in relationships but not happy, but they found each other through the storm. Oh, that's very nice. So you're it's like, yeah, because it's like when you have that, like I said, men and women. Hello, Green and Panel. Hey, what's up? Blood pressure. Welcome in. We're just closing up, but this is a very interesting conversation, because like Mick said, it's like you're in a relationship, and sometimes relationships don't last forever, right? So, but then you find that person that is fulfilling everything that you need. I'm pretty sure your wife started giving you those things that you were missing out in your relationship, kind of thing. And you know what? Let me tell you something too. I know a relationship where, okay, so I was in a relationship with somebody, right? And I was talking to their parents. Their parents were not together, but I had relationships with both the father and the mother. And when I asked the father, why did the relationship ended? He said, I wanted this, and this for my wife to do. And she said, I'm not going to do that. Either accept me or leave me. And so he left. And so I feel like relationships have to be compromised, you know, and if a person is not going to, you know, change, or, you know, at least try to like meet you halfway, then no, don't stay in that relationship. Doesn't, you know, you have to look at your happiness.
I've compromised. I've given up a lot of stuff to move to this country, you know. I have acquired so much stuff in my life I had to like get rid of. I had to sell my car, all my stuff, you know, just to come to Finland. You know, so.
But you're happy, right?
Yes, I'm happy.
Yes, that's all that matters, is that you are happy.
Yes, I'm happy.
Okay, so stay on. And I just want to tell everybody, thank you so much for this very lively, rich conversation. Okay, I'm going to put you down, but you stay on. And for anyone that has like a topic that they want to bring about relationships, please let me know. Leave, if you have a question or a comment below, please, you know, is very much welcome. suggestions for upcoming shows. This has been really great, and I actually learned a lot. So I am, yeah, I'm good. I actually changed my mind of how I feel about this topic. So I'm gonna go back and reflect. So thank you everybody for coming out, making this stream amazing. And just to let you know before we go, if no one's told you today that they love you, I love you. Mwah. All right, everybody, have an amazing Saturday. Kelly, stay off that foot. I will. Only birthday. Okay, you want to say bye to everybody?
Bye, everybody.